All right, so you mentioned something the other day, and actually I saw it on your social media too, and it was about sugar. I can't believe how much sugar we're actually putting into our bodies and really our children's bodies. A friend of mine, another health coach, posted something that was really telling, and it was milk. You know, I never even thought about sugar in milk, and it was like there's like 14 grams of carbs and 13 grams of sugar in one serving of regular or low-fat milk.
Which is like 8 ounces.
Yeah, it's a regular glass, and then the comparison was almond milk that had 1 gram of carbs and no sugar in almond milk. But what are your thoughts on sugar in general, and specifically, the kids and the diet that we're feeding them right now?
Well, yeah, Leia's 3, and so I'm looking at her, and I'm trying to instill hygiene. Brush her teeth every day. The diapers thing is still just she'll use the toilet one day and then not the next, and so it's and then the food intake, one little juice. So this is what I did. I was like, how many grams of sugar should a child be intaking every day? Google it, and it says 25 grams max.
Okay.
And this is like 3 to 18 years old. So there's really no distinction between like a teenager or even an adult. I don't think it's much more than that for us. So yeah, 25 grams. And then I look on a little juice box, and it says like 28 grams of sugar.
In one juice.
In one juice box, little apple juice.
You already maxed out over the limit for the day.
For the day. That doesn't take, cereals.
Right.
What is there? Pancakes now in the mix, a little bit of candy, some Gatorade. Cookies.
Yeah.
Like, dude, so my thing is like, what future problems are developing in these little humans by overloading their system with what we know to be way too much sugar?
Well, it's concerning to me because...
Is it future diabetes? Sorry.
Yeah,
Is
no
it
problem.
future diabetes? Is it other skin issues? Is it mental? Are they having tantrums because their system's being, overrun with all these chemicals that it clearly does not need? There's just a whole host of medical reactions to not giving our bodies what it needs, or overloading it, and so I look at that and I'm like, dude, so I'm trying to tell her now, Leia, one juice box and that's it for the day. That's it, and I'm telling her if you want, we can do we can create more by adding water, and I'll do that just automatic. Whenever she wants apple juice, I'll do half water.
Right.
Water it down. Sometimes she doesn't like it, but whatever, if you're overloading your children with way too much sugar, are you creating diabetes in them?
Yes.
What is that threshold? And when do you just say enough?
Well, childhood diabetes was never a thing in the old days. It was never a thing unless you were an anomaly, just the one person that got just bad genetics, and that was very, very rare.
Yeah.
So childhood diabetes was never around, and actually diabetes was only a thing that happened to older adults. And now it's shifted, and now younger adults and now children are getting diabetes, and that's scary to me. And it's all about diet. It is all about nutrition.
Yeah.
The minimum amount of sugar you should have in a day is right around 9 grams. So we do have a minimum. So to have no sugar in a day is not good.
Of course.
We need to have a certain amount of sugar. Hopefully it's the good kind of sugar. But yeah, the maximum would be around 25 grams of sugar. And I picked up a Mellow Yellow soda the other day, and it had 75 grams of sugar. And I was like, that's 3 days worth of sugar right there in one setting. And then the other thing that really has concerned me too is there seems to be a social obligation to give kids sweets.
So weird.
And I don't really understand it. So a lot of my clients will commonly say, well, I still have the stuff in the house. I don't eat the potato chips anymore. I don't eat the licorice anymore. I don't eat the Oreo cookies anymore. But I still have them in the house because I have to be able to have them for my kids. No.
Absolutely not.
And what's even funnier to me in quotes, is that one of my family members came over a few years back before I was a health coach, and she was feeding her child avocados, like mashed up avocados, some vegetables, and some fruits. And I kind of looked at her like she was crazy, and I feel bad for that now, because no, you should not give them the prepackaged high sugar stuff like I actually gave my kids. So I'm guilty of that because I just didn't know any better. But because of what society has presented me, I figured that it was almost a crime not to give them chicken nuggets from McDonald's and not to give them the juice boxes and not to give them the licorice and the cookies all the time, because that's what being a kid was all about, right?
So false.
No, it's not about food.
So false,
Like,
dude.
being a kid is not about food and sugary sweets. Being a kid is about going out and playing outside.
Right.
And climbing a tree.
Yeah.
And jumping in a ditch and digging, swimming
Playing
in
in
a
the dirt.
pond,
Yes, yes.
So society has gotten way off. And based on that topic, one of the questions we asked when we were out on the streets
Yes.
was, do you think the do you think the education system, what I mean by that is elementary school, junior high, and high school,
Yeah.
do you think that they have prepared us nutritionally to be able to be successful and to be healthy?
Yeah, and actually the response was mixed.
It was pretty mixed. So yeah, let's take a look at these responses here.
Yeah.
Do you think that the educational system has provided you with all the knowledge you need to be healthy, like high school and junior high and all that?
You know what? I took foods and cooking when I was in school.
Okay.
And no, they didn't really specify good foods that we actually prepared and made. So no, I would say that no, they didn't really prepare us.
When I went to school, I would say yes. I don't know what today is. We don't have kids.
Yes, I think so. Before also was more encouraged about doing things outdoor, and all the activities that we used to do was helping us to our well-being.
Not really.
Not really.
Okay.
Definitely not. I mean, PE's just kind of, it's not so much, like maybe they would need to incorporate nutrition into the PE program.
Sure. Yeah, because PE is
Instead
just
of-
exercise, right?
Exactly.
Not at all.
I think it's been too long since I've been in school to remember what they taught me and whether it gave me enough information.
No, but it's like, what, you have a semester of health? I mean, that's about it when you're in high school. That's it. So
Yeah, you get like the food pyramid, like the 4 food groups, and then a pat on the back and good luck.
Yeah, and you go have to run the mile.
Right.
No, not at all. No.
I agree. I think they kind of give you the 4 food groups and then good luck, right?